Hello everyone, Growthify here again with part 9 of Pokemon Rumble. In this part I'm doing the second dungeon of the B grade, and I am starting off with the same Pikachu I was using in the last part with its 2 attacks, Quick Attack, and the new one which is, Seed, Grass move that I forgot what it was, to be honest. Yeah, I do not remember. A grass move. And if you are really curious about what it is, I obtained it in the last part. Oh, yeah, the last part. So, part 8. But anyway, on to the dungeon. Like the first dungeon that I did in the last part, this one's also filled with mainly forest-type Pokemon. Let's see a lot of Bellsprout there. I got a couple of them. There's Pidgeys and stuff, so the first 2 dungeons are extremely similar, but the first one has a lot more, I guess, bug Pokemon, maybe? That's what I would say. But, either way, I guess there's a lot of forests in Pokemon too, so I guess you can't really complain. So, I actually get an Execute there, and as you can see it says Brawny Execute, and like the Pokemon in the RPG games, different Pokemon can have different natures, and they do have an effect. I'm not sure what the Brawny nature does. As you can see, this Execute's not very powerful. It had Seed Bomb, and it wasn't doing very much. But either way, the effects can. Some of the effects are very good, and it's Grass Knot is the attack. I just saw it there when I pulled Pikachu out. But anyway, you'll see in some of the later parts I get some Pokemon with some really cool special abilities that are really helpful. But I'm not really sure how the Brawny nature affected that Execute that I was using. Either way, I guess this just adds another aspect, a deeper level to the game. I think I was trying to get rid of lag there, that's why I spun around in a circle, even though this video is pretty good. I had these all recorded. I mentioned in my last video that I got a new hard drive to hopefully clear up space and make my computer run better. But this one and the next, I think 2 or 3 parts are all recorded before that, so they all may still have some lag, but hopefully I can get that problem fixed for the later parts. For some reason the fire dungeon, which is the 4th dungeon in the grade, it is very laggy in both grades that I did it, B and C grade. It has been laggy both times, so hopefully once I continue into the game and do more fire dungeons, I can actually have one where it's not very laggy. But anyway, back to the game. I switch out to a Nidoran here. This, I think, the one that I was using a lot with Scratch and Strength. It sounded funny, but anyway, this Nidoran is pretty good, and he's not bad for wiping out these big groups of guys, and he's at a pretty high level. Yeah, the Pokemon have been fairly repetitive in this dungeon. I get a Weeping Bell there, which is pretty interesting. I don't use it though, because it only has Vine Whip, and wasn't a very powerful move. This, if you haven't realized yet or figured it out on your own, the little stars next to the moves in the menu represent their power, and I don't know, the good ones are generally 4 or 5 stars. I think the ones I mainly use are about 3. So, now we're about to get into the boss battle, so I switched out to a fully healthy Pokemon and I choose Venonat. Now we're gonna wind up the boss. It is the bird Pokemon Pidgeot, and it'll be surrounded by, I believe, Pidgeys, possibly Pidgeotos. I guess we'll get to see. So I switch out to this Pikachu, who's at a little lower level, but he has Thunder Shock. And those look like Pidgeotos, definitely. So Thunder Shock, like I mentioned, the types do make a difference, obviously, as Thunder Shock is just destroying Pidgeot. There's a little bit of lag there, but I just kind of attack him and I didn't take any caution, so Pikachu went down there. So now I have to switch. So I do choose the Venonat that I had out before, and I use a couple confusions, and Pidgeot goes down without any real challenge. The bosses on these earlier dungeons are not particularly difficult at all. They can pretty easily be defeated. But I do not get Pidgeot, but I do get a lot of coins like usual, which I guess is good enough. And Venonat's attacks look really cool. I don't know, I like the look of Venonat in his little form there. But anyway, I kill 124 Pokemon. I befriend a bunch of funny looking Bellsprout, a couple Executes, Pidgey, more Bellsprout, and a Weeping Bell. So that's all for this part. In the next part I will be taking on the Cave Dungeon. See you next time.